The objective of this lesson is to use repeated addition to multiply 2-digit by 1-digit whole numbers. In third grade, students learn different ways to think of a multiplication expression. For example, first, with 4 times 7, they could think of 4 groups of 7, or next, 7 added together 4 times, as an array with 4 rows with 7 in each row, and last, on a number line as 4 jumps of 7. These examples gave students the opportunity to model multiplication in ways that had meaning and made sense to them. In this lesson, we also review the commutative property of multiplication that states that the order of the factors can be changed, but the product will remain the same. For example, with 4 times 7, this expression can also be represented as 7 groups of 4 by rotating the array to show 7 rows of 4, or making 7 jumps of 4 on the number line, which still yields the same product of 28. Let's see how the strategy of using repeated addition can help us to solve multiplication problems with larger numbers. Here is our problem. Susan purchased 2 lounge chairs for $41 each. How much did Susan spend on the chairs? If Susan purchased 2 chairs at $41 each, to find out how much she spent in all, I would need to add $41 plus $41 or multiply 41 times 2. Whenever I see the multiplication symbol, I like to think groups of, which is what my addition problem shows, 2 groups of 41 or 41 doubled. If I add 41 plus 41, that equals $82. Susan spent $82 for her 2 chairs. Let's try another problem and see if we can use repeated addition and doubling again to help us solve it. An amusement park is selling one-day passes for $45 per person. How much would it cost for a family of 4? If passes cost $45 per person and the family needs 4 of them, I could use repeated addition, or 45 plus 45 plus 45 plus 45 to solve it. I know that $45 plus $45 equals $90, so I just need to double that and I get 180. If I wanted to solve it with multiplication, it would be $45 times 4. I can see that 4 times any number is like doubling twice or doubling a double. So the family would need to spend $180 for their passes. Let's try one last problem. Suppose I stop at the store and purchase 2 dozen eggs. When I get home, I notice my husband also purchased 2 dozen eggs. How many eggs do I now have? If I purchase 2 dozen eggs and I know there are 12 in a dozen, and my husband purchased another 2 dozen eggs, then I could add 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 to solve it. I know that 12 plus 12 equals 24, so I can just double that and I get 48 eggs. Again, 4 times any number is like doubling twice. It looks like we'll be eating a lot of omelets. It is important that your child solve problems in real-life contexts like these problems we worked today. It shows your child how math is something you do every day, not just in their classroom at school, and will be a skill they use throughout their lifetime. In this lesson, we learned to use repeated addition and doubling to multiply 2-digit by 1-digit whole numbers. We met this objective by using real-world problems and solving them utilizing these strategies.